Hi guys, I'm Lamar Kelly, back with you from Fleet Force Truck Driver Training. By now you've probably heard that the AA-MVA rules and regulations have changed. So today we're going to walk you through the 2024 version of the pre-trip. We're going to start with the NCAP. First thing you want to check is your seat belt. Go ahead and make sure your seat belt is properly adjusted for comfort and for safety. We're going to go ahead and start the truck. One click to the right. Make sure your ABS light comes on and goes off for the truck and the trailer. My brakes are engaged, truck is in neutral, we're gonna fire it up. While we're waiting for the first purge or governor cutout between 120 and 140, we're gonna go ahead and continue with the in-cab. My depth tank is sitting at 3/4 of a tank, which is well over the 1/8 tank required. Right to our mirrors. Our mirrors are clean, and you want to adjust them properly for optimum sight down the sides of your trailer and for traffic on the left and the right. My windshield is clean and clear. It's not cracked.
No obstructions and no flaws.
My windshield wipers are secure. They're not damaged, and they're operational. They work and they squirt. My left indicator, my right indicator, my high beam indicator, and my four-way indicators are working properly. Then I'm going to go over to the heater and the defrost. You want to make sure that your fan setting is on the highest fan setting, the heat is on the highest heat setting, and then the defrost and feed selection. Check the defrost on the top and the heater on the bottom. Inside my truck I have my fire extinguisher. It is secured and properly charged. I also have 3 red reflective triangles and a spare bulb and fuse for every size fuse and bulb that I may need on this trip. Both my city and my country horns are working properly. That was my first purge at 130 pounds of pressure. So now we can ease on into the brake test. You perform your brake test, you want to explain it first, perform the test, and then tell the tester if it passed or not. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to release the truck and tug on the trailer brake. Trailer brakes hold, back to neutral. That is a pass test. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the truck, disengage the trailer, and tug on the truck. That's also a pass test, back to neutral. Now what we're going to do is called a service brake test. We're going to drive the vehicle forward 5 miles an hour, make sure the truck stops safely and the steering wheel doesn't pull left or right. Make sure you check your mirrors before you move the truck. Always a great habit. We're clear? You have to hit at least 5 miles an hour. Boom. All right, the truck stops safely, the steering wheel doesn't pull left or right, that is a pass test. We're going to engage both our truck and trailer brakes and wait for our second purge. All right, guys, that is our second purge, 135 pounds of pressure. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release the truck and trailer brakes. Turn the truck off one click to the left, let the engine die, and turn the click one back click to the right without starting the engine, just so our electronics work. Take out your timing device. The first test we're going to perform is a leak test. What you want to do is you want to hold the service brake down for 60 seconds. Wait for your needles to stabilize before you start your timer. At the end of 60 seconds, you should not lose more than 4 pounds of pressure in a minute. So you're going to push the service brake. My needles stabilized around 120 pounds. Start my timer. You want to call out the pressure at the second purge. You also want to call out the pressure once your needles stabilize. At the end of 60 seconds, release the brake. I did not lose more than 4 pounds of pressure in the minute. That's a pass test. Now we're going to move on to the alarms test. You're going to fan your brakes, and both of your alarms, audio and visual alarms, should come on at 55 or above. Nice and steady. You don't want to pump it so fast that your gauges go below 55. Nice and steady pump. Both of my alarms did come on at 55 or above, 65 pounds of pressure. Now we're going to continue to fan our brakes, and both of our buttons should pop out.
Between 20 and 45 pounds of pressure.
Boom. Both of our buttons did pop. That's a pass test, 30 pounds of pressure. Now we're going to do our exterior light check. Turn your left indicator on. You're going to come back outside the truck. This is your front of the truck indicator. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and its function is the left indicator. Amber in color. The side of your truck, it's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's also amber in color. Turning indicator, middle of the truck. The rear of my truck,
Left turn indicator.
the light is clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's red in color. Side of my trailer,
Left turn indicator.
it's clean and clear, not broken or missing. It's amber in color.
Rear of the trailer.
The light is clean and clear. It's not broken or missing. It's red in color. Back of the trailer turning indicator. All right, that's all 5 left indicators turning. Now we're going to turn it to the right and do the same thing. Hit the right indicator. Come to the right of the vehicle. Front of the truck turning indicator. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. Side of the truck right turning indicator. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. Right side rear of the truck.
Right turn indicator.
Clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's red in color. Side of the trailer turning indicator. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. Right side turning indicator, rear of the trailer. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's red in color. Step 1, left 5. Step 2, right 5 are complete. Now we're going to turn on our low beam headlights and cancel all other lights. Boom, boom. Make sure the low beams are on. We're going to come to the front of the vehicle. Both our low and high beam headlights on both sides are clean and clear. They're not broken or missing, and they're clear in color. Also up here we have our left and right marker lights. They're clean and clear. They're not broken or missing, and they're amber in color, both front marker lights of the truck. 5 clearance lights on the top of your cab. They're all clean and clear. They're not broken or missing, and they're all amber in color. Their only function is the clearance lights. Side of the truck, marker light, clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. On the top of the trailer, we have a clearance light. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. You want to check the top of the trailer all the way down. In the back of our truck, we have both of our running lights. They're clean and clear. They're not broken or missing, red in color. Side trailer marker light, clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. Check the top of your trailer. All good. No light in the back. This is your ABS light. When you turn the key on for your truck, this is what you're looking for to go on and off for your trailer. You have one for your truck and one for your trailer. If it stays on, you have a problem with your braking system, but you'll still have brakes. We have a small red marker light in the back of our trailer. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's red in color.
In the back of our trailer, we have 7 running lights. They're clean and clear. They're not broken or missing, and they're red in color.
On the right side back of our trailer, we have a marker light. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's red in color. Side marker light on the trailer. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. Don't forget your clearance light on the right-hand side of your trailer at the top. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. On the right side in the middle of our truck, we have a marker light. It's clean and clear. It's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. We've already hit the marker lights at the front, but I want to mention that we have the left and right reflector. They're clean and clear, not broken or missing, and the only function is reflector on the both left and right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our high beam headlights and our 4-ways at the same time, so we can check the functionality of our 4-ways and high beams at the same time. Make sure to use 3 points of contact when you're entering the truck. We're gonna check our high beams to make sure they're clean and clear, they're not broken or missing, and the only function are the high beam headlights. Also, both sides of our truck have our front of the truck four-way flashers. They're both clean and clear, they're not broken or missing. Their only function right now is the four-way flashers, amber in color. On the side of our truck on the left side, our side four-way flasher, it's clean and clear, it's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. On the back of our truck, we have two lights functioning as a four-way flasher. They're both clean and clear, they're not broken or missing, and they're red in color. Side marker light on the trailer function as a four-way flasher. It's clean and clear, it's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color.
In the back of our trailer, both of our outside lights are functioning as a four-way flasher. They're both clean and clear, they're not broken or missing, and they're red in color.
Clean and clear, of your trailer, it's not broken or missing, and it's amber in color. It's clean and clear, it's we also broken hit or missing, and it's amber in color. So that completes the high beam and four-way. Now what we're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get inside the truck, put your seatbelt back on, wait for the tester to get in position behind the vehicle where he can see the truck and the trailer. You'll hit the brakes, and then he'll give you the thumbs up if your brake lights are working.
Brake lights come on when you push the pedal, and they go off when you release the pedal.
Now we're gonna start the pre-trip on the outside of the vehicle. You wanna examine the entire front of your vehicle. Make sure that you have no new puddles underneath the engine or the transmission, and make sure your truck's not leaning left or right or front to back, which would indicate a low tire or a suspension problem. Clear. All right, when you come up to the passenger side of your engine compartment, you want to make sure all of your hoses, your air lines, and your wires are all intact. You're going to be looking for any fluid leaks, any air leaks, and you're going to make sure that all your connections and connectors are intact. All right, so when you come up to the driver's side of the engine compartment, you're going to be checking all of your wires and your air lines and air hoses. You want to make sure that you don't see any fluid leaking, you don't hear any air leaking, and all of your wire connection and hose connections are intact. This is my coolant reservoir and cap. This one has a sight glass, so we can look through the sight glass and make sure that it's at the proper level. Then you're gonna come right here to your oil dipstick. The oil dipstick, you wanna make sure the engine's off, pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean, reinsert, pull it back out, and make sure the level is between min and max. All right, so now we're gonna check our electrical system of the truck, our cables and lines. Make sure they're secure, not cracked or worn. This is my power steering reservoir and cap. I wanna make sure that I can see the level through the sight glass, and if it did not have a sight glass, we would remove the cap and it would have a stick to make sure that the level's proper. This is my steering gearbox.
My steering box is securely mounted. There's no leaks on my gearbox or my hoses or connections. All steering hoses and connections are not cracked or worn.
Here's our steering system and linkage. It has no missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. All visible connection links, arms, and rods from the steering box to the wheel are not worn or cracked, and the joints and sockets are not worn or loose. All right, we're gonna be checking the suspension now on the steer axle. The front and rear spring mounts or spring hangers, they're not cracked or broken. They're not missing any parts. And here are our leaf springs. Our leaf springs are not cracked or broken, and there's no signs of shifting. Continuing on with the suspension, this is our shock absorber. It's secured, it's not damaged, and it's not leaking. All right, now we're gonna check our brake lines, hoses, and fittings. Right here are brake lines, hoses, and fittings. All the lines can supply air to the brakes. The lines are not worn, cracked, or frayed. There's no leaks in the hoses or the fittings, and all couplings and fittings are secure. Now we're gonna be checking our brakes. We're gonna check the brakes, the drums, and the pads, make sure they're free of contaminants, such as oil and grease on the brake drum and pads. Now we're gonna check the condition of our tires. We're gonna check the inside and the outside sidewall and the top. We wanna make sure that there's no bumps or bulges in the sidewall, no cuts and damage that expose body plies to the sidewall of the tire. Make sure you have even tread across the top. You wanna have no less than 4/32 of tread depth on your steer tires.
You can check the depth with a tread depth gauge.
And there's no recaps allowed. Now we're gonna check our valve stems and cap. You want to make sure that your valve stems are accessible. If there's dual valve stems, that both of them are accessible. They're not leaking, they're not damaged, and the caps are present. You want to make sure that you check the tire inflation with a tire pressure gauge. Now we're going to inspect our rims, the inside and outside of your rims. You want to make sure that there's no rust trails indicating the rim is loose on a wedge wheel. Inspect the studs and bolts, the bolt holes, that they are not elongated. There's no missing loose nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, damaged, or bent, and there's no welding repairs on your rims. All of my lug nuts are present. There's no rust trails or runs indicating looseness or shiny threads indicating cross threading. All right, now we're gonna check our mirrors and our mirror brackets. Make sure the mirror and rear bracket are securely mounted and not bent. The mirrors are clean and not cracked, and there's no missing parts. Now we're gonna check the def tank.
Make sure your def tank is securely mounted.
Lines, hoses, and connections have no leaks and that the cap is on tight. Now we're gonna move into our fuel tank. Make sure your fuel tank is securely mounted and that the tank, hoses, lines, and connections have no leaks. Cap is on tight. All right, so now we're gonna check the battery boxes and covers. You're gonna come right here and check all of your battery boxes and covers. Make sure they're secured, that all your connections are tight if they're visible. You also want to check for excessive corrosion. You want to make sure your battery and battery boxes are secure and all your connections are tight. All right, now we're going to check the frame and cross members of the truck from the front to the back for the entire length. You want to make sure that there's no holes or no broken welds on your frame and cross members.
And the frame and cross members are not cracked or damaged.
Now we're going to check our DOT reflective tape. You want to make sure that it's present and secure. All the way down the trailer, 50%. Then you would come to the back. You would also check the back of your trailer for your DOT reflective tape. On the side is 50% required, and on the back is 100%. Make sure that it's present and it's secure. Okay, some trailers are gonna have a tandem release arm to release the locking pins, and some are gonna have a button like this one has. Make sure that your tandem release arm or the button is secure. Now we're gonna check our frame and cross members of the trailer. We're gonna check the trailer from the front to the back.
You want to make sure that your trailer frame and cross members are not cracked or damaged. There are no holes, no broken welds.
Right now we're going to check the landing gear. What you want to check is to make sure that your landing pads are fully raised, your crank handle is secure, you're not missing any parts, your support frame and your landing pads not damaged. Now we're going to start on our coupling. You want to make sure that your service and emergency air lines on the tractor and the pigtail on the tractor are seated and sealed, free from damage, and locked into place. You want to do the same thing on the trailer side. You want to make sure that your 4 glad hands and your pigtail are seated and sealed, free from damage, and locked into place. Then you want to make sure that your air lines and your electrical line are free from damage. You want to make sure that they are not shaved, spliced or cut, taped or worn, tangled, crimped, or pinched, and they're not dragging against the vehicle or the ground. You would also be listening for air leaks while you're checking your air lines. All right, right now we're going to start the second half of coupling. Right underneath the front of your trailer, on the bottom, the base that sits against your fifth wheel is called your apron. You want to inspect your apron and make sure that it's not bent, broken, or cracked. Now we're going to check the fifth wheel skid plate and pivot pin. What you want to do is make sure there's no cracks, breaks, or excessive wear on the platform of your fifth wheel skid plate. Now we're going to check the release arm safety latch. You're going to make sure that the release arm safety latch is in the locked position and the safety latch is in place. Now we're going to check our fifth wheel skid plate platform. The skid plate is securely mounted to the vehicle by the platform. All right, now we're going to check our sliding fifth wheel rail and pins. Make sure they're not damaged and the pins are fully engaged. All right, now we're going to talk about the gap. You should be 0 gap between the apron and the skid plate. The apron is laying flat against the skid plate. There's 0 gap and the fifth wheel is properly lubricated. Now we're going to check our kingpin and locking jaws. You want to make sure that the kingpin is not bent, damaged, or worn. You want to state that you'll be looking for play between the kingpin and the locking jaws. The locking jaws or lever are fully secured around the kingpin, and there's no damage. All right, guys, that completes our 2024 pre-trip inspection video. If you like it and we help you in any way, please drop us a like, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for stopping by.